When the president had the benefit of the petition and the Chief Justice wrote the request, the president, in honoring the request, sealed the petition before giving it to her. Who informed the minority of the details?
No, not long ago, the chairman general, which is As3m, said, Sabru bewua, ni hupa, to the extent say, one I would not say, because ah, Bruy dear, I near you waiting me with the Stefano, or never mouse no woe, no mamma, the ETS. You know, all this is about the Chief Justice, which is the CJ of the Republic. You know, ever since the petition was being given to the president or being submitted to the president, say they want the Chief Justice to be removed. Ladies and gentlemen, let us not forget, say, under Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the same NPP people, they wanted to take off the Chief Justice. But now, under the new administration led by John Dramani Mahama, NPP force said that Omontiase. And then we say, no, as some say, the Chief Justice, you know, say, Oye Denye Bepamon. Hey, easy boss, Oye Denye Bepamon. Even Dan Parimpo Eko. Now, easy boss, Jemensa, any CJ, which is the Chief Justice, muda sort of one more yede. Me, if I were to be you, me no credit and my necessary and I'm resign, I'm made me 2 ago. Because Oye Den, they are going to sack you. Because the work of the Chief Justice, not so long ago, we saw how the Chief Justice behaved. And then, Obi Obetimiaka said the Chief Justice behaved as a citizen of Ghana. No, that person is a liar. Because the behavior and then the manner of the Chief Justice, you know, Kayansheya, net me the basa yeba. Kayansheya, net me the Tokwana eba kuronimu. But, Nyankopon Adam Yakese or my Ghana Sunti, and Mamesa. Number 2. The behavior of the Chief Justice, some time ago, no, some people even labeled her as the NPP women's organizer, or this. Hey, so if I were to be the Chief Justice, I would rather surrender and then go my way, because hey, this time around, the behavior of John Dramani Mahama, you can't predict him. You don't know what he's going to do. When you also not part now, to one more movie motion, and then we don't want the IGP to be sacked. And now the Mahama, it says As3m, and that's what called to and I say a and I said, like, we don't understand. Everything the As3m no court and the Chief Justice now then, hey, then they are going to sack this woman. So we don't even know why the Chief Justice is also helping the NPP to do this. Now, John Dramani Mahama, not knowing, said this man, when he was answering the Chief Justice, the envelope was being sealed. In other words, the response now, they my Chief Justice, near Katano. So the question is, who leaked the content in that letter? Who leaked it? Could it be the NDC who did it, or it was the NPP who did it? And as a Chief Justice, a NPP for issue in. This is the BJ Show with Boatin Josan. Subscribe, share the link, tell others about the BJ Show, and the next thing is you do well to leave a comment. Lawyer Tamakro, as we all know him to be the NPA boss, also he is part of the legal team for the National Democratic Congress. Ladies and gentlemen, I say now the NPP should tell Ghanaians what is the main problem. Because the same article, the same Umrana John Dramani Mahama ejinaso. So if the NPP or more call rounds, no more kasa boo. Now the question is, what is the main problem? And then why is it that the NPP, they are trying to defend the Chief Justice? Is it because of some petition or say that? And I said they are there. Because they are going to sack this woman. Ladies and gentlemen, let us listen to Lawyer Tamakro and some of the two with TV3, which is the key point. And then some of the things, they were funny, but on the more serious note, they are also serious. Now let us listen to Lawyer Tamakro.
When the president had the benefit of the petition and the Chief Justice wrote the request, the president, in honoring the request, sealed the petition before giving it to her. who informed the minority of the details? If Her Ladyship, the Chief Justice, in communication with the minority, because at this point, the petition is between the President and the Chief Justice. And in fact, for the President to guide the integrity of the process, he marked the petition. I've heard one other journalist on Metro refer to what they claim to be the content of the petition. Who leaked to them?
That is if it's the
details. No, but this one, he phrases that we are told.
Yes.
Who told I listened to him carefully.
No, I just played that.
Who told him these contents? But you see, how come that he, John Darko, his own colleague, Frank Anodompre, brought a petition for the removal of Loretta Lamptey. President Mahama didn't say it was an MPP MP against my appointee. He received the petition, actioned it, he found merit, and dismissed his own appointee. How come that today, Anodompre and his minority do not have confidence that President Mahama would do same thing he did to Loretta, affording her the opportunity to defend herself? Where is the fear? Where is the panic? You see, the stand of the minority relative to this broader national issue actually betrays a certain thing. It is extremely revealing. What is it? In all these constitutional arrangements, there's only one person under Article 146 to perform that role of receiving a petition. It is not Professor Ranford Jampo. It is not my learned friend here or this big man, not even me. Only President. The President. Who is the President of Ghana? Possibly the petitioner should have addressed it to the MPP minority before and given it to As3m so that As3m can consult the Council of State in this process. Malene Senior, you were called to the bar before me, and I've always been inspired by your legal work. What exactly is the complaint against John Mahama? My senior John Darko, what exactly is the complaint against President Mahama? Now, when you assume the position of now deciding that a petition is frivolous, are you not usurping the powers of President Mahama and the Council of State? Lawyer Darko, it is rather your conduct that is unconstitutional. It is rather your conduct that is unbecoming of a lawyer. President Mahama so far has only conducted himself within the confines of the law. Akufo-Addo did it. The three commissioners of the Electoral Commission were all removed through that process. President Mahama has not invented a new rule. He's just basically holding fidelity to the 1992 Constitution. I think at this point, the minority must stay away and allow President Mahama to perform his constitutional responsibility.
You know, sometimes we take some things for granted. Bibiane a politicizing, Bibiane a politicizing. If I'm a government appointee, I can say that stakeholder, like those state institutions, maybe change of power by because then they are going to sack you. The previous ones that they sacked them, were they not humans or what? And then even if they allow the Chief Justice to be on the seat and access for Tanaso Krana, they are going to frame her. You know politicians, you know what they can do. Because they know what to do to sack you. But this time around, I don't think that the NDC is going to frame somebody. No. This time around, they are going to sack this woman. So As3m walk out in a year two, As3m said, hey, Munjai. Because under normal circumstances also, John Dramani Mahama has been lenient enough to the extent that when you be announced for suspended Chief Justice no ansakra no maka asem na wi but we no ma Chief Justice na tena so ahanom na ma John Dramani Mahama ho yehu no because the behavior of this man in his last term no mun study ne ho ya yi ba mun ti ase eye den na airport CEO na nkasa mun wa onse wa ampa mo no oda so o man tena so and then when Reverend Tim Forjo was making allegation now a letter has come from the airport manager which is the CEO no. Also, you people know him to be an NPP person. On the side issue, he about NPP for an ID. The tactics and the tactics now, John Dramani Mahama, the year Juma this time around. If you don't take care, one have Grobedi. This is the BJ Show with Watson Joseph. Subscribe, share the link, tell others about the BJ Show. The next thing is you like the video for me. Mr. Down for phone, Joe, my phone. Mr. Subscribe, mommy. Medawasipi.